This is Katie's Corner, although we just have Russian River Valley on it. The reason that it says Russian River Valley and not Katie's Corner is because I actually blended in part of the arousal into this. So this has Marsanne, Roussanne, and Viognier blended in, about 3% of each. So a small percentage. It's still Russian River Valley. You don't have to change the appellation, but because I blended in about 9 or 10%, I lose the vineyard designate even though it's farmed by the same grower. Part of it's Katie's Corner and part of it's Sara Lee Vineyard. So this is just Russian River. Stainless steel style. I thought I needed some more crispness to bring this back because it went through malolactic fermentation. The Chardonnay to me lost a little bit of that crisp, dry appeal that a Chardonnay should have. I didn't want to blend too much because I wanted to keep the varietal nose. So to me, it's all Chardonnay. I mean, there's no question about it. So not as aromatic as the arousal, but you get kind of a Fuji apple, a little bit of a hint of sage. Just kind of that again, we talked about that Russian River funk. You kind of know that it's a Russian River Chardonnay, in my opinion. It's like drinking a Dry Creek Zin. You know that this is a Russian River Chard. And again, Fuji apple is really what pops out to me with this one, even with the stainless steel style.
You said that you went through ML. Is it just how much ML did it?
This went through partially. It did not finish, but I'd say it's about 50% ML. So what that means is we start with a malic count when the grapes come in. The malic gets slowly converted to lactic, and when we racked it and adjust and added SO2, that's when it stopped. So you get a percentage from 200 to 100 would be 50%. I'm just making those numbers up. I'd have to look at them. But I remember it was about 50%.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, Chardonnay on the nose, this is going to be real similar to the arousal where you get one nose and then a different flavor profile. So this goes from that Fuji apple nose. You definitely get a little bit of that Fuji apple, and then it kind of finishes more in that Granny Smith apple style. But apple, I get it. There's definitely a little lime, a little bit of that Persian lime that kind of follows through with this one as well. But not as intense citrus as the arousal. Definitely more in that kind of apple category. Little toastiness from the lees. It sat on the lees for the entire fermentation, so you pick up a little bit of that kind of toasty character, or fresh bread yeast, or sourdough, kind of some of those characteristics. Chardonnay was not to have it as lean and crisp as the arousal.
Okay.
So we have a breadth of different styles of white wines as opposed to them all being kind of the same.
Yeah.
So to me it was, I really wanted to give it a little bit more mouthfeel, a little bit more character. If I were just doing the Chardonnays, the two Chardonnays, I would do one with and one without. But I think that because of the ripeness of fruit and the availability and a little bit of the blend that I did, that pushing it through malolactic, partially through malolactic, benefited the wine. So that's always what I'm looking for, is how can I, really broaden the profile of whites and make the best wine. So, rather than doing this all stainless, no ML, and then pushing this with a little bit of ML, I decided to keep that lean in.
Got it.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.